Hello. I was too early. I spoke over the intro. Hello and welcome to Sketching Greyhounds. Welcome to the stream. I don't have one in the other stream, so I did not think of the intro. Hey Artop, welcome. Your new video is premiering right now. I'm sorry that I cannot watch your video. Hey Liana, welcome. Welcome to Sketching Greyhound. We have another episode of the Buffy Club, and it is a special one. It is the last episode of the season. It is season finale. Of course, two episodes. We are talking about 2 episodes, or at least it was about 2 episodes, but I get the feeling the other episode will be a little bit less. notice today, because season finale time, always something interesting and special. Yeah, but welcome. Old friend, who is an old friend. Old doesn't sound very nice. Yeah, and we watched, we voted, and it was the Master. Not the biggest surprise, to be honest. So we were drawing the Master. I noticed that it is pretty similar to what I drew the last time. Actually, Vampire Buffy last week. You can see the time lapse on my channel if you have missed that. But how can we not draw the Master? That is it for this one, and it still is one of my favorite big bads of Buffy overall. So let's get started. So, as always, prepared the picture. It was really difficult. This is, I have to admit, that I had to cheat a little bit, because this is not from the very last episode, from the season finale. You are shocked, Liana? I don't think you are. This is not from the episode. This is actually from the episode Never Kill a Boy at the First Date, or on the first date. I'm not good in English grammar, I'm sorry. Because for the love of the Master, I could not find a picture of him that I could draw in that episode. So let's get started with this one. It's the Master. It's not really cheating, so let's get started. How will we get started? This is actually... The thing is, we have quite light areas here, which would definitely be drawn in white. We have a lot of light here, but this light is not nearly as bright as on this side, of course. So will we lie, or will we... I think we will work with both of my whites and not use this one as much as we did, for example, for the Buffy one. So let's get started. I probably said that before already, but I also do not really... Normally I start with the eye, but in this case it is very dark, almost black, the eye. You don't see really anything. So, but we'll start with the eyes, why not? Hi Kira, only theoretically here, but thank you very much for that. I do, Artab, I really feel a lot worse than the last time. I have just a crazy headache, nothing bad, don't worry. But I have a really bad headache, and I do not know if I will manage the whole 2 hours, but I did not want to cancel another stream. I canceled a lot of streams in the last few weeks, so I did not want to do it. So we are here, and we will see how long I can manage. So that is also the reason why I may perhaps not speak as much in this stream. Also because I got a little bit of cough, and when I speak too much, I'll probably cough my lungs out. So this is more or less for our information here, because you cannot really see a lot in that darkness of the eye. I guess you can almost see nothing in your version, right? You can see this little glint. Fight hard against that dude that knows CPR. Nah, that dude will have his episodes. I think the Master is definitely the outstanding character. I do not exactly know how I will draw this, but I will probably just really... I was contemplating if that white glint in the eye, if I can draw that with the gel pen, because that is pretty white, and perhaps it's too light, and my head should not be that much in the picture. I will try to do better, I'm sorry. Head invasion, yeah. It's really hard to see. I probably will work on this later again, but I will put in this little glint so it does look at least remotely like that. And then I guess we will just go for the shadow. The shadow has a very hard line here, so that is pretty easy to draw. And I measured that before already, so we can do that pretty quickly. I did press record, thank you very much for reminding, Liana, but I actually did think of that. When you hear that beep, a pretty obnoxious beep, that is when the recording starts. It's a very loud one, cannot even change it, that is that loud. I would actually mute it, but what can you do? I think he looks a lot like Skeletor, right? In this picture, this could just be a whole. He shouldn't have any skin, then this would be kind of a Skeletor thing. Adab, don't worry, it's all fine. It's really just this headache, and I also have to create content also, so I can create my videos next week. You know, if I don't stream, I also cannot create videos. I am already missing one because I don't really know if I will draw on the side a picture for another video, because normally I have 2 videos per week, and I drew 2 live streams on Agent Carter, and that means 1 less character for which I can make a video. So right now I have the question of how to fill that void. Let me sleep too, always feel awful leaving a If you're watching it on your phone, you can just put in a timer, you know. And fall asleep. That's how I would do it, honestly. With your... It's so late. And no, don't make me feel bad that I keep you awake, but... Set yourself the timer and just fall asleep to the smoothness of my voice. I can change over to ASMR if you want to. Somewhere I have an ASMR capable microphone. I could do ASMR drawing. I actually tried that with that microphone just to see if that would work, and it was not very interesting. But with this paper, actually I can hear I could not hear a lot, but with this paper right now I can hear it like this, so could work. Now you can see the video too. That is good, Kira. Bob, he seems upset. You mean the master? He's always upset. Especially in this last episode. This is actually a screenshot not from the very last episode, because I could not find a picture of him big enough. It was really not easy to find one that I could draw. And this one is from the episode where the Anointed One is coming for the first time. And at the very beginning he reads the prophecy of the Anointed One, and this is from this reading. So I will stay with this, but probably later for contrast purposes we will take the really dark Blackstone pencil and go to town a little bit on that. And welcome, Bob. I did not say welcome, did I? Welcome, Bob, to the stream. Thank you very much for dropping by. You've never heard a beep, Liana? I'm not sure. It should be recorded though. I will next time when I press the button, I will warn you so you can see if you can hear it. For me it always is extremely loud. Rüber, welcome, hey. Guessing what I'm drawing by listening to the sounds. Okay, should I not spoil it for you? Should I not tell you? You haven't watched the series. I've watched it for both of us often enough, but you have not watched the series. It is Friday. I do not know if you have noticed by now what kind of special stream always every Friday is. With what theme? So many THs. Quick short scratches, must be eyelashes. I'm just ASMRing to your voice, enjoying at the same time. I hope you're well too. I have an ASMR microphone that I can use for it with stereo and such. This is purely mono. Pretty expensive thing for just being able to record mono. We'll be doing the usual movie in about 45 minutes or so. Movie night at Wee Bob's house. In fact, we are watching something else. It is a secret, so I don't hear any spoilers. So what you're watching is a secret. I wanted to ask what you would be watching, but when it is a secret, you should watch some Buffy, you know. So we will keep it with these light shadows that I have already in there to deepen it a little bit. We will keep it like that for now. And I will probably I will not go to the second eye this time. Normally I'd go to both eyes. In this case I will probably really start on the top here, so I do not smudge as much as I did the last times. Again, not the whole face is visible, you do not have the whole head, but this time nobody can say I'm trying to get out of drawing that much hair, because there's not that much hair on the master. But I have to take those scenes where there are really close-ups and you cannot see the full face. But we are about here, and yeah, draw the head. And we will get a contrast line here, a sharp line. Even where there is the white. Makes it a bit easier now to gauge where everything should be shadow wise. It's not the easiest picture again, but which is. So we will draw the darkness in from here and see how far we have to go. There will be a lot here still just staying gray, because it's one of the lighter parts of his skin. It looks a little bit patchy because the skin is quite plasticky, I would say. Not sure if that is because they wanted to or because of the materials they are using for the makeup for the vampires, but I'm not sure if it helps us or if it makes it more difficult. Because it is a bit patchy, we'll probably have to fake a little bit details in here. Well, not so much as fake, but it's a bit more difficult due to in this case the gray paper actually makes it a little bit more difficult. Yeah, so you can already see a little bit of the blackness that I can reach here in the eye. I put it in there. I have decided to, for now, go just with the regular pencils to, and probably will drop the darkness a little bit later. Not at the end, because that's not very interesting for you, I guess. You'd like to see that when I go completely black, because that makes the picture pop and makes it interesting. So I would do that not at the end, but a little bit later. I need a little bit more on the paper to really see and decide how dark I will go where and what is my darkest point. Yeah, so it is the season finale that we are drawing today. So Master and the Prophecy episode name is Prophecy Girl. And yeah, no spoilers about that because we can talk about it. And Buffy dies in that episode, just for a minute or two. And Xander is actually the one. I think it is a very cool scene where she is down there, and with Buffy is found by her body is found by Angel and Xander, and Xander is always very jealous of Angel because Buffy is not interested in Xander. Buffy is interested in Angel, and Xander is interested in Buffy. And he has to. So she's lying there, lifeless body, and CPR has to be done, and Angel cannot do it because he doesn't breathe. Which tells us something, an interesting detail, that vampires seem to lose their ability to move the muscles in the lung, because even if he does not need oxygen, he should theoretically be able to move those muscles. Looks like he cannot, and Xander has to revive her, which is, I think, a big emotional thing for Angel. Not necessarily that Xander does it, I think that too, but mostly that she cannot. Yeah, exactly. They are moving air when they talk, right? That is true. They have to somehow breathe in, or I'm not sure. How do they talk? Is it supernatural? This scene more or less opens the possibility that vampire talking is something supernatural. I don't know. Doesn't make that much. You should not overthink everything, but this is one of those things where it is a very cool thing dramatically that he cannot do it, and he has to ask Xander to do it, and he has to let Xander do it. It is dramatically it is cool. It's a great stunt move, but it doesn't make that much sense when you think about it. That could also be very. Or he has he ate a taco or something with a lot of garlic. Because garlic doesn't hurt vampires in Buffy, does it? I don't think it does. And he just is ashamed and doesn't want Buffy to notice. Could also be. We don't know. Will we ever know? I have no idea. No, it doesn't, right? You see, it is high time that I rewatch the whole series. Basic stuff like that. But we're done with season 1 and very exciting and already a little bit more mature feeling. Season 2 is coming. After all, it's the first with 22 episodes instead of 12. So, I think I have drawn enough of those little ridges that I want to draw in the right part of the eye, so we can see that I do not draw them wrong, because these I'm drawing freehand right now, and if I draw them too far on the left or right side, that would be an issue. So I will just fill them further in when I have the eye on the right side to indicate the position, so we do not make any big mistakes. I will draw already this shadow outline a little bit more visible. So, and then again, and here we do not even have that glint in the eye to help us. Then again, I will draw in the iris or whatever in really dark. But the rest will be quite dark. So let's just fill it in and then draw the little accent shadows to show us a little bit of what is going on in there. Still will have to think about if some of those will be even darker with the black stone. I probably have to do that for contrast reasons. Oh, we'll see. Yeah, season 2 is one of the best. I don't want to discuss too much about that, but season 2 is one of the best. It really found its stride already in the second season. And the epicness. Hey, Yatashi drawing. Yatashi art drawing. I missed the art, sorry. Hey Yatashi, how are you? Thank you very much for dropping by. I hope you're well. We are drawing the master from Buffy the Vampire Slayer today. Because in our Buffy club, the season finale of the first season happened. How do I come out of that sentence? You see this line, for example, that's why I had to do this now. This line is too far on the left side. It has to almost meet it. So, is it too low? I don't know. I'll just remove it. And let's see. I think this This line should go higher. Together with that. Something like this. And then we have this. I have a very intense headache, to be honest. I just drawing works surprisingly well. I was thinking probably I cannot do the whole 2 hours. We will see. But well, it's just a headache, so not that bad. How are you? You can't draw? Why can't you draw? Pretty sure I've seen videos of yours and that you can draw. Something going on right now? Thank you very much for lurking, Bob. So there will also be white in here that will make it a lot more interesting. But I probably want to first go with the dark pencils to get all those markings in here. Thank you very much, Yaktakshi. I'm glad you think so. This freehand drawing is, I can really only do that because of the nature of the ridges, that they are basically something invented for this character design, and it is not that tragic if it is not 100% correct. It's not something that everyone recognizes as normal facial features, and so that people can think, oh, this is not completely right, why has he drawn it like that? If you don't see the original, nobody would know if a ridge would be missing something. So that gives me a little bit more creative freedom for placement and interpretation. I want to be pretty close to it still anyway, nonetheless. So. You think? The eyes? That's good. Thank you very much, Liana. So I am not that far off. That's good. As I said, I try to keep it pretty similar, but it's not that big of a deal when it's not 100% at the right position. Still, I kind of want it to be. It is also still one of my favorite vampire design in general. Not just in the series, actually, also overall. Optically, vampires in general in Buffy are pretty cool, and the Master is a standout vampire. So now I guess I want to bring in more white. I'm just thinking if I just go, I think I will actually go with a very white for contrast reasons, not just with the pretty much white. Very white pen. I will just keep it a little bit. I won't overdo it. The hissing fang out thing the start is going on. That's very classic, but I didn't say it's all the others are crap. So, but this is the one. It is very iconic, and it is something that you can really steal anymore because everybody knows the Buffy vampires, and if you would just do a very similar vampire, people would notice. It is very iconic. Now, what other good vampire designs are out there? I'm not that big in vampire movies. Don't know if anybody of our viewers is. I mean, we won't count sparkling vampires, I guess. Exactly, the glittering ones. We won't talk about those designs. There was an idea that wasn't there yet, I think, so it has that going for it, but I think when we talk about the best vampire designs, we don't have to talk about those. So we have another white here that is more transparent, not as bright white, and I will use that also for a couple of the highlights. And then we need to bring in more shading. So the ridges doesn't look like cuts anymore, but more like the ridges that they really are. We have the vampires in From Dusk to Dawn. They are pretty ugly by design, obviously. Yeah, From Dusk to Dawn, you see, you think of the same things that as I do. Psychos do not explode when sunlight hits them. I don't care how crazy they are. Yeah, true. Have you ever seen the series? Actually, there's the series on was it Netflix? I've actually watched the first season, I think. The vamps are there are disgusting, right? I think that's a good word for it. Well, we cannot really say that the vampires in Buffy are beautiful or something. Would you say they are ugly though? Kinda yes, but they have some charm to them, if I can say it like that. They are aesthetically not necessarily ugly. So this as a first pass, I think is valid. It has to be a lot darker. I will go in that with the Darkstone, I think. I'm just thinking about if I do that now or if I just do the rest of the face first. But I really am afraid with all the black I have to use that I smudge it, so I'm really considering to just go for it now. So I guess I will already go dark. Start the series. I think I got up to the second episode when I lost interest. Yeah, it's not that. It's not really good, but I was on my own and it was something to watch, and I was interested just in how they made a whole season out of that movie, even just the half of the movie. So that's why I watched it. I haven't seen the movie that often, and I'm actually a little bit surprised that you have, because it is really disgusting. It is really splattery. You see, I could go even darker with this pen, but this is not the darkest place in the picture, but you already see how it increases the contrast ratio. I still have enough of tattoos since I've drawn the tattoos on Aquaman. I'm not sure I want to draw tattoos anytime soon. I think it's still not dark enough though. On the other hand, we don't want to go full black in here. So probably darker has to be done really in the end. Just a little pass of already increasing it a little bit for making them more interesting. And the rest we will see later. So what we definitely here have as very black is the nostrils, and they have a pretty crazy form, shape. Well, the thing about the tattoo is that most of it is not visible most of the time, it just teases. You mean still in From Dusk Till Dawn? Are you still with From Dusk Till Dawn? I've seen that movie. It is years that I've seen it, so. I'm not entirely sure about the tattoo. So nostrils are there. So how do we continue this? I would still say from top down. Probably the ear. Probably have to go for the ear. Shall I try to find a pic and post it in your Discord? You know, depending on where it is, on which channel to post it. This is the ear, and then we have white on the ear, and we shall draw the white. I stole that shell there from you, you know. I love the word shell for some reason. You reminded me of using it. I shall use it more often now again. George Clooney should know it will be decent. For me, George Clooney always was a very, very boring person. He looks kind of boring. He's not my favorite actor. I don't hate him or anything. But I never got the big hype around him. I shall. The ear is very interesting. I always am a bit hasty with the ears, but a vampire ear is more interesting than a human ear, so I like him in Ocean's 11 till 120, yeah. I did not like him there, but it still was boring. I mean, in most movies where I have seen him, he was a good choice to cast, so it's not like he was ever really out of place. FTT is the only movie I know where he's kind of hot. If you say so. So this, we will just directly put a little bit of darkness in there for the contrast sake again, and because it is one of the darkest places anyway in the picture. Could do it even darker. We will reserve that for later. Still out-hotted by Salma Hayek. Yeah, we can agree on that. So we come to the place where the shadow comes in again. Important to get that also right. So let me see that I don't ruin it. I'll probably draw it first with this one. So not that I have taken over that chat completely, should we talk about Buffy again? If we know what to talk about. Do you have a Buffy topic? And does anybody else want to chime in? You're all free to talk with me. Very thankful for any kind of entertainment chat-wise. What is that? The master is killed in the library, which is a pretty fitting place, isn't it? And that's the part where they find out that the Hellmouth is in the library, isn't it? One notices that I unfortunately have not rewatched the series, the episode for this. I shall do it though, because it is a pretty cool episode. If I remember it correctly though, the music is not the best. It is the synthesizer, pseudo dramatic music. And that freaky monster. I'm not sure if drawing vampires is too freaky for people that find me by chance. So it is a very important episode with the Hellmouth and revealed and the Master's hypnotic powers, which are pretty special. In the Deus Ex Machina thing that Buffy just can't resist it the second time around for no real reason at all. It looks all pretty not wrong, but it is also still a little bit boring because it doesn't have the big pop black white yet. So, but I will continue like this, I guess, and then darken later more. You can quote this as episode ended. I should have some new quotes because these quotes here.
Excuse me, I have to call everyone I have ever met right now.
They're basically all from the first episode.
The Earth is doomed.
And I added them in the beginning and never put any others in. So, how do we approach this now? I guess I will draw in more nose. I start by the big shadow area here. So, it's not that easy to get the height of this right here, right now. It's pretty fun to draw something not very traditional in terms of noses. Kind of almost like an animal nose. But still, you can really work with familiar shapes and proportions and stuff. That makes it a little bit more challenging. As I said, I have a pretty wicked headache, so that's the reason why I'm not that talkative today. So I'm sorry for that. That's a bit quiet, more quiet than usual. Although I'm not a high energy person anyway, so so I think the nose is pretty cool actually. It works pretty nicely. I hesitated to really start like this, to really go in here and pull it all down, but I think that's more or less what I have to do. Still though a question. I cannot go too far down because that might go wrong with the mouth, because I haven't drawn much of the mouth yet. Depends on your definition of cool. This is my definition of cool. Drawing is good. I was talking about the nose in itself. Okay. No, I got that. Don't worry. I think the design is pretty cool. It is really like a little bit of an animate's nose, but also the shape has something unnatural. The shape of the nose hole. I sometimes say nose hole for some reason. The nostril. For some reason it has something demonic, something unnatural to it. So I'm not sure if it was kind of by chance that somebody created something this cool, but the creature design in general is not bad in Buffy. Of course, the budget thing and the times where it was created is not always perfect, and sometimes it's just very fake looking, but the designs are normally pretty eyes. Not all of them, obviously. But he has fruit punch mouth. Yeah, he has. That is true. Vampire drawing is fun. I should become a vampire drawing channel. Only drawing vampires. That is a niche. I don't feel like I have found my final niche yet with my channel. Well, that is a niche that is probably... there are probably not too many people in there. Good work. Endlessly, I tell you, endlessly. I'm sure there are enough on the show. Yeah, I could probably draw years on if I would draw every Buffy vampire. That would keep me busy. Not sure if anybody would want to watch that though. I think I would just go for it and draw the mouth, because then we can draw the shadow. And I will draw the teeth and everything inside first. Because the shadow outside, again, very interesting, but it makes it also look very I see my head, it is so annoying. I'm sorry for it. I have to still find a way to mount the camera in a way that I'm not always in the camera with my head. So the teeth are definitely pretty dark. They are not white, so I cannot whiten them with my white stick. With my white stick. Headache. Sorry. Talking strange things. I even will have to draw them darker, but that all depends on how dark I draw the inside of the mouth, because they still should be very visible. Speaking in tongues, something like that. Like a crazy person. So they are pretty gray, so we will color them a little bit darker. We have one gleam there, which I might even draw in with. I don't think we will. I will go in with white, not with a gel pen though. Harry Potter, I don't speak puzzle tongue. So we have this very distinct shadow here again. Which I will firstly, so this is has to end here for a second. So, okay. Then we have on this side. Okay, let us just color this in like a coloring book. Now we will work out the details. So we have on the lips another shadow area, which goes something like this. That looks a bit strange. Looks a bit too small, if you ask me. We have this here going up to the eye. And no, the same. It's not too small. Might just look strange because we don't have the rest. And this is not finished either anyway. Okay, but I'm sorry. It does look a bit small, doesn't it? But I don't think it is. When I measure, it looks correct. I think it only looks small because the other shadows are not there yet. So this one goes down here. Then we have the big ridge going very much down. Hey, Anna, yes I am. Of course I am. This is actually really fun because it looks quite interesting with all the ridges. It's only an hour that I have been sketching, a little bit over an hour. And it's really interesting. I'm just a little bit quiet because of the headache, but other than that, there we have now a little mismatch. So this is that, and if I put this here, nice on top of it, so that is pretty okay. But then we should have the most horrible photo I have seen, other than the one you were drawing that day. You haven't seen much horror films, have you? It is not that horrible. There are so much worse things out there. But he's more on the monstrous side. I give you that. And you probably should not watch it before you go to sleep, though. So it is horrible. I don't know how I managed to fall asleep tonight. Exactly. You should not go to sleep, Anna. You should sleep. It is so late. So, this is in general our face. Let us just continue and also draw in the chin to a certain degree. And it already, I think, doesn't look that small anymore. I have to watch it to watch you. Of course I do. You told it to me. Why should I not remember the name? The name. So, yeah, the Friday pictures can be a bit scary. As with the Buffy Club, there are some monsters, and I might also draw some of the monsters in the future. However, not all of them will be this monstery. There will be regular persons and beautiful persons. On the menu. So not only vampires, don't worry. I forgot everyone's names. That's why I'm so surprised. I'm also not very good with names. But it is 2 days ago, so... And you are a good friend here of the channel. So, of course I remember your name. Don't worry about me. This is really just It is really fun right now to draw him because he turns out quite interesting, and I can't really stop right now. I will very soon. I don't think I will finish the second hour, but a little bit I want to continue. So, I don't think I will manage to finish this today though. Looks especially good in the small picture that I can see here. If you're watching on a phone, you probably see it in the best. Or it looks the best for you. So looks great there too. That's good. Hey Bob, he has a face like a melted welly boot. As long as he looks in both pictures like that, I can live with that. I like his design. And for some reason the actor's name, Mark Metcalf, always stuck with me. I don't know why. Probably because of the alliteration. Interesting comparison. Yes, it is. One unknown person asked me to give him a chocolate. Oh, chocolate. I want chocolate. I fled. I did not know he meant subscriber. Okay. Yes, in both pictures, it was not a reflection of your drawing, which is great. I'm afraid no amount of anti-aging cream is likely to work. That is true. But I think he is okay with that, because the Buffy vampires, normally all of them can hide their vampire face. He never does. Not sure if he can't or if he just doesn't feel like he needs to. So in that case, he is kind of a role model in terms of accepting oneself, I would say. I mean, if you are a blood-sucking monster, why not be the best blood-sucking monster you can be? I think you can see that it's him. He's kinda recognizable. Session's best song is "You Are Really Brave to Sketch on Camera." Thank you very much. You think it's brave? I don't know. It's kind of like, I need to draw anyway for my videos. Why not do it live on camera? Why not produce a video directly when I am drawing for the videos? Kind of an efficiency thing, and also it's just really fun with people, even if there are no people there. Sometimes when I start, there is nobody there. It's not worse than when I'm drawing on my own, and when people are there, and people are enjoying what I'm doing. That's the greatest thing, isn't it? That's why we do this. So I had to work up to it, though. If you would have said a year ago I should do a live stream for my drawing, I would probably just laugh at you. I guess I have to close the stream soon, so Anna can finally go to bed. So, where do we have? This line should be about there. Okay. I think now, only reason I don't is, yes, this was a discussion I was just having with my kids about being okay with who you are and what you look like. So yes, there is a moral story in there, which is great. The only reason I don't is due to having too many noises in the background and distractions that I need help with my math homework, or Bob, can you take out the bins being yelled from some other rooms. Yeah, I get that. I negotiated these streaming times up front so that everybody in the house is clear that this is streaming time. And the doors are closed, and they stay closed. But now it works. And we are nearly complete with a complete first draft of our friend here. I love his leather jacket. His leather jacket is so cool. This needs to be much darker, but we will just keep it gray at this point in time. Gotta go away anyway, so you have a great evening. You too, Bob. Have fun with the movie. Yeah, like button. Always remember the like button. Thank you very much for reminding, Bob. So this is we will close very soon. Anna, don't worry, you won't miss anything. So this is still a little bit flat. We need a lot more in terms of contrast. I need to draw this darker. But this is in general the first pass. I wouldn't have thought that I would manage to do that on the live stream. Will get much more exciting, I hope, when I get a little bit more darkness in here, but this is it. Really cool leather jacket is coming. I prefer the Masters leather jacket a lot. Yeah, I really like it. I really like it. Are you going to finish this today? No, I won't. This is all I will do for today. I am about to close this up, honestly. So let me switch to a bigger camera. Oh, I forgot that I have the... I forgot that when I switch to the bigger camera here that I have always the intro. Forgive me, but 10 of 10 would not let him bite me. He turned out pretty nice, didn't he? I need a lot more contrast still, but other than that, I am happy with how he turned out up until now. So yeah, but that's it. I will go to the couch now and rest my eyes. Thank you very much for keeping me company today, Liana and Anna especially, but everyone else, Bob of course, and who did we still have in the beginning? A lot of people. Thank you all very much for dropping by. I really appreciate it. This was the last episode of the first season. We'll start now with the second season of the Buffy Club. If you want to join, we have channels on my Discord where we vote on who will be the next to be drawn. So come on, join. You find the link tree down below in the description, not in this video. I'm very sorry, I still have to find out how to do it into live videos. But you find it in any time-lapse videos of mine on this channel. And yeah, drop by, say hi. Thank you very much, and you all take care, and all the best to you guys, to everyone out there, and see you next time. Goodbye.